Faith must have adequate evidence, else, it is mere superstition. Knowledge that is not put into practice is the food that is not digested. To rectify the world and put it on the right path, we have to first rectify ourselves. Name of the competition: PowerPoint presentation on science behind superstitions. Rules and regulations. It is a group event. 3 participants from each school should participate. Language to be used: only English. Number of slides: maximum 15. Time duration: 15 minutes. Rubrics for judgment: theme 10 points, creativity 10 points, organization of content 10 points, clarity of artwork 10 points, content delivery 10 points, total 50 points. Dalmia core promise for this competition is higher order thinking skills.
Judges for this event are Mrs. Poonam Gildial. She has completed her MA English from Ram Manohar Lohia Awad University, Fazidabad, UP, BSc in Physics and B.Ed. She has worked in various schools in different states like Nirmala English School, Rajkanjpur, the Modern School, Lucknow, Dr. Amit Lal Ishrat Memorial Sunbeam School, UP, and so on. She is a very confident person with a positive attitude. Welcome you, ma'am. Srimati Tamilarasi. She has completed MSc, MA, MEd, MPhil, retired PG assistant in biology, St. Joseph's Girls Higher Secondary School, Vadagarpet, Trichy district. She has 35 years of experience in teaching field. She had received awards like Tamil Nadu Best Teacher Award in 2011, Skill Development Teacher from Way to Success Trichy on 2019, EL Tamil Semmani from Rasavala Senbaga Tamil Arangam, Srirangam. She is a very good motivational speaker for teachers, students, and parents throughout Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry. Very good soft skill trainer in Anna University of Management, Trichy. Assistant President in Padipom Pahirvo movement at Trichy. From 1999, she is working with Reverend Father Cyril and inculcate human rights culture in the hearts of students and teachers. She has written 13 books for teachers and students. She has also completed spiritual courses, 20 levels, and a resource person in the field of spirituality. She is being the science textbook author in Tamil Nadu SCERT new syllabus for the academic years 2018 to 2019 and 2019 to 2020. Welcome you, ma'am. Srimati Chitra Ravi. She is a math teacher, BT assistant in Tamil Nadu Government School, Virthachalam. She is well known for her commitment and sincerity which she has towards her profession. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome you all, judges.
Let us start our program. The first participant on the stage is DVM Dalmyapuram.
Namaste.
DVM Dalmyapuram.
Namaste. It's me, M. Ganesh of grade 10. I take great pleasure in presenting my views about a wonderful topic, science behind superstition. It's the need of the hour to talk about how science is related in all aspects of our life. Science is the pursuit and application of knowledge and understanding of the natural and social world by following a systematic methodology based on evidence. Systematic, comprehensive investigation and exploration of natural causes and effect is the full form of science. Superstition. A superstition is a belief or practice resulting from ignorance, fear of the unknown, an irrational object attitude of mind towards supernatural, natural, or God resulting from superstition. But in reality, there is scientific explanations behind superstitious belief. it is really important we have to think logically why and how. As we all know, science is amazing to think, learn, and analyze. We are here to present the superstitious beliefs and the science behind it. So let me start with the first question. Have you ever seen lemon and green chilies tied in front of vehicles and houses? Superstitious belief is that it protects us from ghosts, but the actual reason is the cotton thread used to pierce chilies and lemon absorbs the acid and repels flies and insects away. You would have heard that we should not cut our nails after sunset. Superstitious belief is that goddess Lakshmi goes out of the house, but the actual reason is nail clippers were sharp blades which required precision and light to be used, in the absence of which one could get hurt. Hence, the tradition of using nail clippers were during the day. You would have also heard that we should not sweep our houses after sunset. Superstitious belief is that goddess Lakshmi goes out of the house. But the actual reason is when we sweep in evening, there may be a chance of sweeping away some variable materials and it will be very hard to search. So this practice later on changed to be a superstitious belief. Next, let me come to this point. Have you ever seen eclipse with your naked eyes? It's for sure our grandparents would never allow us to view it as the snake will damage our eyes. But the actual damages our eyes. I know people are very conscious in taking bath after attending a funeral ceremony. It's the reason is the dead soul will follow them and cause some evil effects in their family. But the actual reason is there was no vaccination against certain dreadful diseases like hepatitis, smallpox, etc. So the habit of bathing came into practice, and slowly the story about the departed soul got linked to this. My last point is about this. It's a common saying that we should not sleep with our head facing the north. The superstitious belief is that the Yamaloka is in the north direction, and so people will die soon if they face the north direction and sleep. But the actual reason is the concept of biomagnetism. If we face the north direction and sleep, it will cause cardiovascular diseases. Thank you. Over to Akalya.
It's a very old practice of preserving the umbilical cord. That umbilical cord is used for doing certain rituals which will protect the child from the evil parts of the world. Preserving the umbilical cord is found in an age old text called Manava Dharma Shastra. But the actual reason behind this to preserve the umbilical cord is because it is the bank of stem cells which can be used in future to treat some dreadful diseases. Next, I knew everybody here you would have come across this situation. I'm sure you have heard or probably even said something like, "Today isn't going to be a good day for me. A cat just crossed my path." Have you ever wondered in what possible way can that little creature harm you or brings you bad luck? Well, in olden days, people used to travel by carts that were pulled by domesticated animals. When passing through forest at night, the carriage animals used to get scared and act chaotic when they sensed wild cats such as leopards, cheetahs, and tigers crossing their path. The travelers warned others not to proceed when a cat passes their path. Today, this is of no significance and we are afraid of black cats for no reason. Groucho Marx once said, "If a black cat crosses your path, it signifies that the animal is going somewhere." Let me pose a question to the forum. If suppose a mirror breaks in your home, what will be the reaction of your homemates? It's mostly fear that there may occur bad things in your home. In olden days, mirrors were extremely expensive and of also very low quality. To avoid carelessness while handling them, the years of bad luck was used as a scare tactic. They also believed that the reflection in the mirror was the person's soul itself, and it takes 7 long years for the broken soul to replenish itself. But the actual reason is when we touch the broken mirror, it may harm us. Next, it's a very popular superstition belief that opening an umbrella inside the house is bad luck. But the actual reason is the umbrellas were built with hard metal spokes and brings spring triggers, which would be dangerous to open. In fact, opening one indoor could pose a danger to people and fragile objects nearby. Warning people not to open an umbrella indoors served to protect the health and safety of people and property indoors. Next, plastering the floor with cow dung is considered as auspicious. Our ancestors probably started this practice to guard against insects and reptiles which are repelled by the pungent smell of cow dung. They did not have the luxury to buy bottled commercial disinfectant like we do. But over time, this practice became a ritual and we find ourselves following it in spite of it being redundant in the contemporary world. Then, twitching of eyes is inauspicious. What or conclusive movement. The superstition is different in different culture. It is considered good luck in some culture and bad in some other. It differs according to gender as well. Since it is related to eyes, there are many scientific reasons behind the twitching of eyes. Eye twitching could be due to stress, alcohol, tiredness, allergies, strain, or just dry eyes. Thank you. Over to Daphne.
Bats entering the house brings death. Have you seen bats? Where are most of the bats found in? Bats are nocturnal mammals. There is an old myth that if a bat enters the house or flies around the house for 3 times or more, then death is waiting for someone in the family. There are many different myths associated with the bat in different countries and culture, which adds up to bat being a bad omen. The real reason behind the bats entering the house brings death is because of the disease transmitted by bats were deadly back in the days when there was no medicine for these diseases. Rabies, Nipah, Hendra, Ebola, and Marburg are all viruses carried by bats that can cause serious disease in humans. Marburg virus and some strains of Ebola virus can kill up to 80 to 90% of the humans infected. So, this is the real reason which has been turned into a superstition. You lose your wealth if you shake your legs. Do you have the habit of shaking your legs while sitting? Well, it is a common saying that if they shake their legs while sitting, then the prosperity will flow away from them. And it also projects the image of disrespect. But actually, shaking of leg is a sign of nervousness. If not treated properly, it may lead to medications. So health and wealth of a person is affected. So change this if it is a habit. Superstitious beliefs are not only common in India, but it is also prevalent in some other countries too. Here, I'll share some of the superstitious beliefs outside India. Italy. Italians think lucky if they hear a cat sneezing. It's bad if a bird enters through a window. In case of India, Indians think it's unlucky to meet a black cat or being crossed by a black cat. But it's completely vice versa in UK. In UK, people believe to be lucky if they meet a black cat. Unlucky are those who break a mirror, see a crow. Ireland. Any Irish know that a werewolf is afraid of water. The Irish place metals on high levels. Blacksmiths are respected since they are considered to dispose of bad spirits and diseases. But here, we are not even showing a simple act of kindness or respect towards the blacksmiths. China. In China, the number 4 is considered incredibly unlucky because it sounds very close to the word for death. South Korea. In South Korea, people believe that going to sleep with a fan on in an enclosed space can straight up kill you. This unfounded belief is so prevalent that electric fans are often sold with timers to prevent accidental death. But it's quite usual in India to sleep with an electric fan in an enclosed space. These are amazing, but at the same time, these are all true. Are you superstitious? I bet that no scientist could be superstitious because they know the real reason of sign behind every superstition. Are you afraid of being superstitious? Do you wish to get rid of superstitions? Here, I'll share some of the tips to get rid of superstitions. If you plan on sticking to cultural superstition, make sure you know it's only symbolic. If you choose not to believe, superstition has no weapon against you except for the fear. Realize that there's no rational proof that these superstition can affect your life. Realize that you have the power to make your own luck. Prove that these superstitions have no basis in reality. Expect the best instead of worst. Read more of science book. Be optimistic. Good food and good sleep will help your mind to be calm and relaxed. Practice yoga and meditation regularly. Learn to ignore the urge to act on a superstitious belief. Seek help if your superstitious belief is an indication of OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Keep that superstitious only work because you believe in its inherent charm and power. Spend time with people who are not superstitious. Follow this to be strong and optimistic. At last, for the whole presentation, we would like to integrate our Dalmia core promises such as higher order thinking skills, growth mindset, metacognition, and open mindedness. I would like to end this presentation by saying a famous quote of Adam Smith: "Science is the great antidote to the poison of enthusiasm and superstition." Thank you.
Thank you, Team Jalmiapuram. The next team on stage is DVM Chirava. DVM Chirava, on stage, please.
In this scientific era of many discoveries and inventions, science making the impossible possible with the blink of an eye, there is no place for superstition. Science and superstitions are poles apart, yet they are the two sides of the same coin, unknown of their interdependence. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Harshika Jangir with my team members
Respected team,
Aditya and
please
Ankita
check the
from
mic.
Dharya Vidya
It is
Mandir.
getting echoed. Thank you.
In this scientific era of many discoveries and inventions, science making the impossible possible with the blink of an eye, there's no place for superstition. Science and superstitions are poles apart, yet they are the two sides of the same coin, unknown of their interdependence. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Harshika Jangir with my team members Aditya and Ankita from Dalmia Vidya Mandir, Chidava. And we are here with some superstitions and scientific logic behind it. Superstitions are self-imposed, selfish beliefs, something imaginary yet unimaginable disbeliefs or mere beliefs. But science, the most well-known and popular word of this era, science, as is believed to be something realistic, which even makes the unreal real, the unachievable achievable. So with this introduction of science and superstition, our first superstition is black cat crossing your way. We are advised to stop for a while.
Judges, kindly note it's because of technical issues. Team Chirava, if you need time, we shall switch on to the next team. The next team, Team Rajkanspur on stage, please. Team Rajkanspur on stage, please. Judges, kindly note, this is DVM Rajkanspur.
Good afternoon, CEO ma'am, principals of respective schools,
panels of judges and all our viewers.
Today, I, Aditi Pandey, I, Pratiksha Parida,
And I, Prince Kumar Singh, we are representing Dalmia Vidya Mandir, Rajanpur. So today's our topic of discussion is science behind superstition. So before we begin, let us first understand what are these two terms so that we can differentiate between these two. Now, what is science? Science is to know. Science is the knowledge gained by systematic study and detailed analysis of observations and detailed experimentations. Science is a way of pursuing knowledge, and it is not the knowledge itself. Science is the phenomena of the natural material world. Now, the next question is, what is superstition? Superstition is a belief that is reason and scientific knowledge. Rather, it is connected to old ideas about magic and etc. Now, the next question comes to our mind. What is the reason why people follow superstitions and why do they practice it? Well, there are a few factors which lead to this. The first factor is fear. From generation after generation, these superstitions have been carried on, and it is put up in our minds from our childhood that if we follow it, it would be beneficial for us, and if not followed, it could have its repercussions. So to avoid those bad results, people follow it. Now, the next factor is self-satisfaction. Some superstitions have the soothing effect, relieve anxiety from the unknown, and may provide a sense of self-satisfaction. This may be one of the reasons why superstitions have survived in India for so long. Now, the third factor is the circumstances. Circumstances are never in our control, but to get results in every situation, be it in any field, people are reported engaging in superstitious behavior. So today's points to discuss are as follows.
Eating curd and sugar for good luck, throwing coins in rivers which brings affluence, not sleeping in the north direction. Day should be started after offering water to Lord Surya. Wearing gemstones brings fortune. Not sleeping under the peepal tree at night. Not cooking or stepping out during an eclipse. Lemon and chilies bring prosperity. And at last, taking bath after attending a funeral. Hey, have this dahi shakkar before getting into your exams. This is a very common line which we all hear in our houses, right? Though in different languages. Every time we get out of our houses for giving an exam, or it's the first day of our job, or we start up a new work, we are advised to have the sweet mixture of dahi and shakkar, which is said to have an amplifying effect on our body, and it's considered shubh, right? But do you know what is the actual good luck that dahi and shakkar or sugar and curd brings to ourselves? Scientifically speaking, if we look into the composition of curd contains a vital nutrients, minerals, etc., which are extremely beneficial for our body. And same goes for sugar also. We all know that sugar is a carbohydrate, right? And if consumed in particular concentrations, sugar helps to lower blood pressure, decreases the risk of heart attacks, etc. Thus, the combination of these two helps to soothe our body, keep our body calm and cool during any stressful conditions. That is why it is preferred to have a mixture of these two sweet desserts before we start any particular work.
Throwing coins in rivers and lakes brings affluence. Whenever we visit any holy place, which has a holy river near it, we pray to it, assuming it to be a female deity, and throw coins in the rivers so that we can have some good luck. So people join their hands, bow their heads, and touch the coin to their forehead and throw the coins in the river to invite good luck. But it has got some science into it. Let's find out what it is. In ancient times, the only source of water was the rivers for drinking, cooking, bathing, and plantation, and etc. And also during ancient times, there was not enough scientific knowledge and scientific tools for the purification of water. At that period of time, the mostly used currency was the coins made up of copper. So, being aware of copper's antimicrobial property, this superstition has helped us to a great extent in the purification of water during ancient times. Copper has antimicrobial property which can kill 99.9% of microbes and infectious causing bacteria. So, copper has the tendency to kill the germs. Now, coming on, copper purifies the water through oligodynamic effect. According to oligodynamic effect, when the coins are beneath the water, the copper ions dissolve into the water and cause the membrane damage to the cell walls of bacteria. This happens actually by the cell walls of the proteins of the cell walls of the membrane is damaged by the copper ions, hence in the precipitation and inactivation of the bacteria.
From times immemorial, we have been listening to this belief which says that never ever lie down with your head in the north direction while sleeping. To be more specific, this very popular Hindu belief quotes that it's only the dead who sleep with their heads in the north. And therefore, a person who is alive should never ever sleep with his or her head in the north. Let me tell you the science behind it. Our ancestors were actually aware of the fact that the earth as well as the human body have a magnetic field of their own. Inside the earth, the magnetic field lines run from the south to the north direction. So when a person is sleeping with his or her head in the north, then the magnetic energy enters through the feet, which is the south, and goes up straight to the head, which is the north. It gets accumulated there, and this results in blood pressure fluctuation, increased mental tension, and we feel heavy while we wake up in the morning. Another thing here, which you can see in the flow chart, is that human blood contains a lot of iron. So when we sleep with our head in the north, then the magnetic pull of the earth attracts this iron and it gets accumulated in your head again. And this results in headache, stress, and anxiety. So it's always advised that we should never ever sleep with our heads in the north.
So let's have a look on what's next. Day should be started after offering water to Lord Surya. According to Hindu mythology, Lord Surya is considered to be the soul of the universe. And that is the reason why it's believed that if we start our day by offering water to Lord Surya, that would make him happy and would bring good luck. But have you ever wondered that this particular process too has a scientific twist to it? According to science, light possesses a photodynamic effect in our bodies, which helps in the development in cellular level and the increase of electromagnetic charges in our body. When we pour water from the vessel, the light coming from the sun gets through refraction. And as a result of refraction, the white light from the sun gets dispersed into its 7 component colors as shown here in this particular figure. These 7 colors strike in our head. It affects our head in a very good way. Okay, so it helps in better decision making and better control over emotions and enhancement of logical thinking. And generally it's preferred to offer water during the morning because during the sunrise, the intensity of sun rays is maximum and thus the results are more optimal.
Wearing gemstones brings fortune. Whenever many times people are seen wearing gemstones of different colors and different luster. But because it is said that wearing gemstones brings fortune, but there is a scientific reason behind it. Let's find out what it is. Now, the sun is the source of all the energy, and the gemstones are of different colors and different luster. All the planets release positive and negative magnetic vibrations and energies in their orbits, which affect the human beings through colors. When sunlight is passed through a prism, it disperses the light into a band of 7 colors along with the other 2, which are the UV, that is ultraviolet, and the infrared. These 9 colors are associated with the 9 planets and their energies. If prescribed properly, these 9 colors, all these are, if prescribed properly, a specific stone absorbs all the cosmic and solar energies and allow a particular type of energy to affect the person. And if it is done in a proper manner, then it is able to restore the mental and emotional balance in the individual, as well as it can also lead to self-improvement. But also, if it is not prescribed properly, it can also have bad impact on the individual as well.
Hindu scriptures and ideas have always stressed on the fact that stepping out of homes or cooking or eating during what we call Surya Grahan is very, very unfortunate. Let me tell you all the science behind this. If I go by research, then experts say that harmful radiations are released from the sun, which enter the Earth's atmosphere. And if these radiations enter the food particles, then they make it extremely unfit for human consumption. Not only this, but experts have also said that these radiations are so powerful that they can have after effects in the next birth too. So you can understand how harmful it is for you. Another belief associated here is that we must not step out of our homes until the eclipse gets over. Why? Again, if I go by research, then during solar eclipse, if a person views the sun with naked eye, then it can lead to damage to retina and also the images our brain can view. This phenomena is called eclipse blindness. This can lead to temporary as well as permanent loss of vision. So now you know why you shouldn't step out of your homes until the eclipse gets over. Next up, we have a very, very common yet popular belief, which says that lemon and chilies bring prosperity. Again, let me give you all an insight as to why science stands even behind this superstition. Long ago, the technology was not that advanced. And so people used lemon and chili as a repellent to keep away insects and pests. Why lemon and chili? Actually, lemon and chili both have very good antibacterial properties, and its aroma helps to keep any kind of pests away. Another thing which I would like to add is that you can see when cotton thread is pierced through combination of lemon and chili, then the fluid, which contains a lot of vitamin C, gets spread into the atmosphere through air particles. This air, when inhaled, has amazing health benefits. So that's why lemon and chilies have always been associated with good.
Taking bath after attending a funeral. There is a famous superstition prevailing that a person has to take bath immediately after attending a funeral, because it is said that he or she may get possessed by evil spirit if they do not do so. But science has to say something else. What happens actually is when a dead body is there, it loses its ability to fight against bacteria. So the body starts to decompose, and the persons and all the people who are attending the funeral are directly exposed to the dead body and the bacteria participating in the decomposition. So it is advised to take bath immediately after attending the funeral so that those bacteria, germs or virus don't affect those persons near the dead body. Though now medications are available, sanitation facilities are available, but prevention is always better than cure. So do take bath after attending any funeral.
Before explaining my next slide, can I ask you all a question? Have you ever seen a person sleeping under a peepal tree, especially a peepal tree at night? Why? Why is it so? Because it has ghosts in it? Or more precisely speaking, because it has Brahm Rakshas in it? No, this is not the reason. That's a superstition that has been descended since ages, that peepal tree contains ghosts in it, so we should not prefer to sleep under it at night. But what's the scientific angle to it? We all know that plants exhale oxygen during photosynthesis in the morning and carbon dioxide at night. So generally it's not advised to sleep under any single plant at night. But why is peepal tree more hazardous? According to botanists, the amount of oxygen produced by peepal tree during the morning is the highest as compared to any other plant. And that is the reason why the amount of carbon dioxide produced at night is also high as compared to any other plant. And when carbon dioxide enters our body, it forms carboxyhemoglobin, which results in the impaired mitochondrial function and ATP synthesis. Also, the concentration of, according to the different concentration of carbon dioxide is in our body, it affects us in various ways. If in lower concentration, it creates dizziness, tiredness, etc. If the concentration is medium, then it may have risk to heart attacks, high blood pressures, etc. But if the concentration is higher enough, it may also lead to death. And that is the reason why people prohibit to sleep under a peepal tree during the night.
What we want to convey is that superstition and the truth never go hand in hand. There are numerous superstitions which are still being followed in the country blindly. I would like to say here that science completes superstitions in the same way as reasons complete assumptions. So as educated mass of the country, we should always find the perfect reason if we follow or do something.
Exactly as he said. We just should not follow everything what is said to us blindly. We must remember that superstitions have been, superstitions are, and most probably superstitions will be continuing to exist not only in our country, but also worldwide. So we are the people who have to decide how to use these superstitions for our boon or our pain. So before concluding, let us have a short recap of whatever we just discussed through this small video.
I would just like to add here, Pratiksha, that the Dalmia core promise that we get throughout this presentation is higher order thinking skills. And it's one of the most important skills that we need to grow. Let's have a look on the video.
Superstitious belief are all about mind and heart. India is a country with diverse culture and tradition. Also, India is a secular country with large number of religions come out with large number of superstitious beliefs from generation to generation. We continue to practice these superstitious belief, even we know nothing is going to happen. Incredible India? Yes. Sweep the floor before sunset. It is one of the belief that sweeping the floor after sunset brings bad luck. But the fact behind this is, in ancient days our ancestors preferred to clean their home in the presence of sunlight, so that they won't miss any valuable things during sweeping. But this practice is encouraging now and then. Don't cut nails after sunset. It is considered cutting nails after sunset will bring bad luck to their family. But this has a weird explanation in the olden days. Before the invention of electricity, people had to cut their nails in the presence of sunlight. Nail clippers have sharp edges, so there is a possibility of getting hurt in nails if they cut nails in the absence of sunlight. Limiting women from doing certain things during periods. This is considered as one of the worst superstitious practice followed in India. Menstruating women are limited from doing certain things, stating that they are impure and unclean. But the fact behind this is, during the ancient time there were no sanitary pads or pain healer. So women feel so stressed and uncomfortable during those 5 days of periods. In order to overcome their pain and stress, women were limited in doing certain works. Reasoning of impurity, unclean, etc., is nonsensical for the logical Indian. Broken mirrors. One of the weird superstitious belief is, breaking mirrors will bring you bad luck, for 7 years. But the logic behind this is, in the ancient time mirrors are so valuable and brittle material. This is considered as a smart way of saving mirrors for sure. Take bath after attending funeral ceremony. This is one of the most scared superstitious belief, followed by the society. It is considered that, if you attend funeral ceremony, the soul of the dead may enter into the body. In order to keep them away, take bath immediately after attending the funeral ceremony. After death, the departed soul has nothing to do within our body, but the logic behind this is, during the ancient period our ancestors did not have any vaccination for many deadly diseases like hepatitis, smallpox. In funeral ceremony, the dead body is left exposed. You never know what infections might be.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Team Rajganjpur. Judges kindly note they have exceeded their time. Now, Team Chirava on stage, please. Chirava, your time starts now.
In this scientific era of many discoveries and inventions, science making the impossible possible with the blink of an eye, there is no place for superstition. Science and superstitions are poles apart, yet they are the two sides of the same coin, unknown of their interdependence. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Harshika Jangir with my team members Aditya and Ankita from Dalmia Vidya Mandir, Chidao. And we are here with some superstitions and scientific logic behind it. And through this presentation, we are explaining the Dalmia core promise of higher order thinking skills, that is, HOTS. Superstitions are self-imposed selfish beliefs, something imaginary, yet unimaginable disbelief or mere beliefs. But science, the most well-known and popular word of this era, science, as is believed to be something realistic, which even makes the unreal real, the unachievable achievable. So with this introduction of science and superstition, our first superstition is black cat crossing your way. We are advised to stop for a while when a black cat crosses our way and wait until someone else crosses that path. This way, that person will have all the bad luck and you won't. But it sounds extremely selfish, and as per the myth, this superstitious belief is considered to be a bad omen. In ancient times, when people used to travel through bullock carts late at night, the carriage animals used to stop when they came across to see big cats like jackals and hyenas. Thus, the travelers used to stop their journey for a while so that carriage animals could catch a breath. These travelers shared these stories with others and the tradition was followed. However, in today's century, people forgot about big forest cats and tend to stop as even domestic cats crosses the way. So our next superstition is people with flat feet bring bad luck. Flat feet or low arc provide difficulty in walking or movement, and people with flat feet may suffer from pain, and that pain may not allow the women to do their household work. So in past times, it was believed that women with flat feet were not lucky for the house, and many considered that flat feet indicate widowhood. Therefore, in ancient India, during matchmaking, the mother of the groom checked the feet of the bride. But scientifically, people with flat feet or low arc are not as proficient at keeping the body stable as the people that have feet of normal arc, because our body's balance begins in the feet. When the feet do not provide proper support, it can raise risk of developing chronic muscle strain as the muscles of the body are forced to compensate for the feet's lack of stability. Our next superstition is twitching of eyelids. According to superstitious beliefs, twitching of right eye is good for men and bad for women, whereas left eye twitching brings good luck for women and bad luck for men. But scientific reason is it indicates signs of stress, allergies, fatigues, strain, air pollution, or just dry eyes. And eye twitching occurs due to contraction of muscles, tissues, and nerves of eyes. But apart from these, eye twitching can also occur due to sleep deprivation, prolonged screen time, excessive consumption of caffeine, alcohol, and tobacco, and smoking can also lead to eye twitching. It can be cured by drinking less alcohol and caffeine, by getting adequate sleep, and by applying a warm compress to eyes when a spasm or twitching begins. But these abnormalities of eye twitching may result to bad health like blurry vision, increased sensitivity to light, and also facial spasms. So my next superstition is losing of wealth if someone shakes legs. We all have been advised by our elders not to shake our legs while sitting, because it is believed that if you shake your legs, prosperity will flow away from you. But shaking legs is just an early indication of mental disorder or a nervous breakdown. And in India, it's actually considered as an act of disrespect because when you shake your legs while sitting, it means you are impatient to hear out the elders' views and also lack self control. So, to avoid it, maybe our ancestors believed that it drives away our wealth and fortune, but scientifically, people who shake their legs while sitting tend to suffer from joint pain. Thank you, everyone. Now, my team member Aditya will continue.
Yes, thank you, Arshila. Good afternoon, all. Now, don't step out during an eclipse. The science behind this: during an eclipse, the sun's rays or moon's rays are very strong, and upon looking may damage our eyes. So, to avoid this, we stay indoors during solar or lunar eclipse. This has been scientifically proven. The eclipse is believed to affect the developing baby by causing a physical deformity, cleft lip, or birthmarks. However, the sun's rays during a solar eclipse are indeed stronger than usual and can harm your eyesight if you look directly at the sun. Adding 1 rupee to a gift sum. Whenever we go on wedding or any special occasion, we generally like to gift an odd number, and it won't be indivisible. It is good for the married couple. If we don't add the 1 rupee coin, the gift sum will end in a zero, which means the end. Take a bath after attending funeral ceremony. Bath is necessary after attending a funeral ceremony, as our ancestors didn't have vaccination against smallpox, hepatitis, and other deadly diseases. So they came up with this ritual of bathing so as to prevent themselves from the diseases. The people who attend the funeral are exposed to the dead body, and hence the bacteria are attached and participate in the decomposition of the dead body. This is the reason why the rural people are changed, that they have to just came up from the funeral and take bath by don't touching anything or anyone. Never go near a peepal tree at night. The reason behind this is the tree use carbon dioxide during the day and release oxygen. During the night, it is the other way round. The excess carbon dioxide level can make you feel suffocated, which is associated with the feeling of being possessed by some spirits. During the night, the trees breathe in oxygen and release CO2. If one sleeps under the tree, the amount of increased CO2 in the air around will certainly affect the health. For this reason, some rural people imagine that fear of ghosts and would come and sit on their chest. The people and says the people they do not have to sleep on people or banyan tree. Now I request my classmate Ankita to carry the session.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Aditya. Good afternoon, all of you. I am Ankita and I am going to conduct last part of our presentation. So, let's continue. We all have heard our mothers and grandmothers saying, eat curd and sugar before you start a new day. Yes, you should have it, as we have got the reason for this. Curd has a cooling effect on the stomach, and sugar, which is added, provides instant glucose, which makes you work easier and successful. It is considered a good omen and believed to bring in good luck to the curd eater. No one usually refuses to eat the sweet curd in India. So, next to come is swallow tulsi leaves. Never chew them. Yes, tulsi leaves shouldn't be chewed. It needs to be swallowed. The science behind this is that in tulsi leaves contain a little amount of arsenic, and chewing it directly could result in degradation of enamel. There is also a mythological belief behind it, which is Tulsi is known as wife of Lord Vishnu, and chewing it is considered a disrespectful act. As we move on, we see people touching a coin to their forehead and throwing it in Ganga, Yamuna, or other holy river. The general reasoning given for this act is that it brings good luck. In ancient times, currencies were made up of copper, and by throwing copper coins into rivers, our forefathers apparently ensured that they were consuming pure water, and it has been proved that copper has antimicrobial properties and it can kill many infection-causing bacteria. In those times, water purifiers were not present and rivers were clean. People consumed its water for drinking and cooking. Today, neither do we use copper coins nor do we drink water directly from the rivers. This belief has brought in more pollution than good luck. Our next superstition is many of us, or mostly all of us, may have been told to never sleep with your head facing north. Yes, we shouldn't, because we all know that our body has its own magnetic field as that of Earth. When we sleep with our head pointing north, our body's magnetic field interferes with that of Earth. Our blood contains a lot of iron, which is necessary for transportation of oxygen. The magnetic pull of the north direction attracts iron, which gets accumulated in the brain, which may lead to disturbed sleep and may also affect our blood circulation. At last, but not the least, superstition is if you sweep at night, good luck will sweep away. Yes, this is the most common belief among us. The scientific reason for this is in earlier times, there was no electricity in homes. At night, people used to do their chores in the light of candles or kerosene lamps. If you are sweeping the floor with the broom at night, chances are that you might sweep out something valuable without even realizing it. It is believed that if you sweep at night, Goddess Lakshmi will not enter your house. At last, I would like to conclude my words with a great saying of Mr. Adam Smith that science is the great antidote to the poison of enthusiasm and superstition. Science in itself is a sweet beginning and sometimes a bitter ending, whereas superstitions have neither beginning nor end. It is just complete in itself. But still, these two unrealistic and realistic, unimaginable and imaginable, never-ending and ever-ending concepts are interconnected somewhere beyond the universe by some unpredictable threads of God. Science completes superstitions in the same way as reasons complete assumptions. Reasons sometimes fail to explain the assumptions and rendering the assumptions to be almost dark and blank. And sometimes baseless reasons succeed in explaining a taboo. Thank you all the dignitaries, judges, and my dear friends from all my team members.
Thank you, Team Chirava. The last team on stage is DHSS Dalmiapuram. DHSS Dalmiapuram on stage, please.
Welcome to everyone who are gathered here. I'm Vidarshana from Dalmia High Secondary School. The science is the great antidote to the poison of enthusiasm and superstition. I would like to share my views about the science behind this superstitious belief. Unless and until we know the fact, we are blindly following it. Let us view the first slide. Why don't grow drumstick tree in front of the home? The scientific reason behind in this superstition is the stem of the drumstick tree is very weak and easily broken due to the heavy air. The drumstick tree is a suitable place for caterpillars and it makes many skin diseases. When a child is playing under the tree, he can easily injured. So to avoid these untoward incidents, our ancestors said that we should not grow drumstick tree in front of the home. The next slide. Do not sleep with your head facing the north. The scientific reason behind in this superstition is our ancestors probably knew about the relation between Earth's magnetic field and human's body field, biomagnetism. They probably made this rule of sleeping with your head facing the north because of harmful effects related to blood pressure and other brain diseases. So, not to sleep with your head facing the north. The third slide. Tayathu, copper capsule as stem cell bank. The scientific reason behind this superstition is stem cell banking. Description of Chatakarma, burying the umbilical cord and storing it in a copper capsule. Our ancestors probably knew the blood banking that human umbilical cord has stem cells. It was only in the year 1978 that a discovery regarding stem cells was made in this modern world. The next slide. Special power needed to stand on the bed of nails. The scientific reason behind in this superstition is if you step on the point of nail, your foot exerts a tremendous pressure at the point and it goes straight to your foot. Bed of nails has lots of points. It has lots of surface area to cover. It supports the weight and the pressure is evenly spread. It is also used in acupuncture treatment to stimulate some of our hormones. Oh God, it is very sharp. I'm going to stand on this bed of nails. I'm not applying any pressure or any special power to stand on this bed of nails. Thank you. Now I call upon my friend to continue the session.
Namaste. I'm Jemima from Dalmia High Secondary School. Birds entering the home means death. The scientific reason behind that, the birds bring a lot of dirty disease along with them, and then when there was no medical facilities available in an ancient period, so people would die due to the diseases like rabies, Ebola, Nipah, Corona and other illness brought in by the bats. And next one. Don't sleep under a tamarind tree during the night time. The scientific reason behind that, the trees use carbon dioxide during the daytime and release oxygen, but at night it is totally opposite. When you sleep under a tamarind tree during the night time, the excess of carbon dioxide level can make you feel heavily in the fist and suffocated, which is associated with the feeling of being possessed by some devil. Not only the tamarind tree, all those trees are included. Next one. If didn't wear a toe ring on the leg, it is dangerous to her husband's life. The scientific reason behind that superstitions, an important nerve in a second finger on the leg. When a lady give a pressure to her finger, it regulates the flow of blood circulation to the uterus, and silver is a good conductor of energy, so woman will be healthier when it transcends polar energy on the earth. Next one. Praying for heart answer in the temple. The scientific reason behind this superstition, that in order to protect from a dandruff, scabies and other dirty hair, and that is added to the growing hairs of a child, they often answer in the temple for our prayer. Thank you. I call upon my friend to continue this PPT.
Namaste. I'm Merlin Shiba from Dalmia High Secondary School. Throwing coins in fountains, rivers bring good. Most currencies were made of copper, and by throwing copper coins into rivers, our forefathers apparently ensured that they were consuming a pure water. In science, the copper has antimicrobial property, and it can kill 99.9% of infection-causing bacteria. However, today, neither do we use copper coins nor do we drink water directly from the river. The next one, curd and green should not eaten at night. The scientific truth behind the curd and greens fully digested for after 18 hours. If eaten at night, it not properly digested because it have a more fiber content. If you eat at night, the Saniswaran will catch you. This is completely a superstition. Next one. Plastering floor with cow dung is auspicious. Health is well. Cow dung plaster is considered auspicious. just like any other product of a cow. Our ancestors probably started this practice to guard against insects and reptiles, which are repelled by the pungent smell of cow dung. Cow dung acts as a natural sanitizer. The next one, why now buildings should be higher than temple tower? The colossus on top of the tower filled with grains. It has the property of earthing the electricity created, and it is called lightning. Once in 12 years, temple Kumbhabhishekam is carried out. The reason behind this is that the grains lost their earthing power after 12 years. Don't live in the place where there is no temple. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Dalmiapuram. Thank you, Team Dalmiapuram. This is the time to invite our judges to share their views. I kindly invite Poonam Gildiyal ma'am to share her views about the program.